Good afternoon. This is Dave Noble from the National Weather Service office in Missoula, Montana, with the Sunday afternoon planning briefing. Key points: we're expecting some showers and thunderstorms today and also Monday, mainly southern Idaho County to Lemhi County to southwest Montana. Temperatures 8 to 12 degrees warmer than average, basically feeling like summer out there. Strong thermal belts tonight, tomorrow night, and some east winds on the ridge top tonight and especially Monday night. And then on Tuesday, we've got this incoming trough. It's basically this upper level low that's over the northeastern Pacific that's going to basically get ejected over our area. And we'll have breezy southwest winds. The initial cold front is going to move from south to north or southwest to northeast. A lot of the models are showing possible clear skies Tuesday morning, which could aid the thunderstorm potential. Usually with these cold fronts, we can get these squall lines, and sometimes the storms can congeal and produce strong gusty winds. I think that's our main threat. There's a lot of dry air in place, so the valleys may not have as much instability, but it's more of a starting over the mountains and then pushing northward with time. And then because this upper level low is kind of slowly moving over us, we're going to have persistent showers Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Could be a pretty decent rainfall event for northwest Montana. Also with the rain, we'll have low clouds and chance of fog in more of the narrow valleys. We're still going to have like a pressure gradient, wind gradient Tuesday night, so the larger valleys may just have more of a low stratus than fog. And then Wednesday, persistent showers continue in northwest Montana with clouds. Much cooler, highs in the 50s and 60s northwest Montana, generally 8 to 12 degrees cooler across the region, and breezy. On Thursday, high pressure will set up, and there's a chance for dense fog to develop, freezing temperatures in the higher valleys, and it's going to feel like a fall-like day, with temperatures in the 60s and 70s, generally 5 to 9 degrees cooler than average. And then on a Friday, it's going to become substantially warmer as southwest flow develops, becomes more seasonable. There could be a surge of monsoon moisture that could bring showers and thunderstorms across southwest Montana. And this is kind of what our matrix shows. The H is for the heat on Monday. We made it orange on Tuesday to kind of show this change with the wind shift, with the squall line initially, and then you have scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday evening. There could be an isolated severe storm, in terms of wind, and then the hail threat, maybe that's going to be more over north central Idaho. That's where the more of the upper level instability is the greatest. Then turning cooler and breezy on Wednesday. And then the thunderstorm chance Friday, southwest Montana, with the possible monsoon moisture. So looking at the satellite loop, you can see a steady stream of moisture moving up into Alaska, and then there's a counterclockwise spin over the northeastern Pacific. That is showing you where the upper level low is, generally centered west of the Oregon, Northern California areas. Also, you can see the smoke kind of trapped in the valleys of British Columbia, and also some smoke in northern Idaho. You can barely see it, but there's haze in the mountains in western Montana. So here's the temperature trends, generally showing the warmer temperatures today, tomorrow, and then Tuesday, and then the front hits, and then Wednesday it's going to be much cooler, and then generally warming up, and then substantially warming up by Friday into the next weekend. There is a marginal risk for at least 5% chance for excessive rainfall, possible flash flooding. I would say mainly the burn scars that are in the region might be more susceptible. As for the severe weather outlook, the Severe Prediction Center has us in a marginal risk. All right, here's some select stations for probability precipitation at the top. Showing the probability really ramping up by Tuesday evening and into the Tuesday night hours. And then the rain forecast below shows the forecast for these 6-hour periods. Look at that 3200ths in Kalispell into the evening hours, and then continuing to rain overnight. So here is a 48-hour probability of greater than a tenth of rain. That's kind of generally in the fire weather community that we call a wetting rain. Pretty high probability for northwest Montana and north central Idaho. I put some of the fires that we've been putting some spot forecasts out for, the Norada, Snowden, Little Bear, Midnight, all have really high chances. Even Bowles have really high chances of wetting rain with this trough coming in. The right side shows the probability of greater than half an inch of rainfall. Generally, the valleys and mountains of northwest Montana have the highest chance, 50 to 80% probability. Some of the select locations in Idaho and west central Montana are mainly like the mountain locations. That would make sense with this sort of flow. the mountains getting and maybe a little bit of an upslope enhancement with the showers. And then lastly, the probability of greater than an inch of rainfall. We're up to 43% towards the Yak area. And the 90th percentile on the right kind of shows you like the maximum amount of rainfall that could occur if we were to have one of these areas get the best shower activity. And so we're looking at 1.5 inches as like the top end of rainfall in northwest Montana. Of course, if we look at the high end, then we should look at the low end. And here's a low end, basically an idea of the least that you could expect in this rainfall event for many locations. And you can really see that this is more of a northwest Montana event. Southwest Montana to Lemhi County, we're looking at some places may not even get a trace, may not even get a drop of rain. All right, this is a lot. Please pause it if you need to, if you want to look at a particular location. But basically, we're showing the uptick in winds. Whenever we have an incoming front, we usually see the winds start ramping up, and then front goes through, and then it's breezy. You know, even Tuesday night could be kind of breezy, like in the Flathead to Mission valleys, just with a kind of a southerly pressure gradient. This is a lot, just showing the minimum humidity forecast. Basically, the big trend is the left side, you know, top left, where the reddish boxes are showing kind of like minimum RHs in the teens and 20s. And then by, you know, Wednesday, there might be some locations that are able to be in the 20s. You know, Dillon, Butte, they're not going to get as much rainfall. So that, as you would expect, their RHs would be drier. And, you know, across northwest Montana, the RHs are going to be much wetter. And then drying trend into next weekend. Max RHs, you know, poor recoveries potentially in the mid slopes, thermal belts tonight, tomorrow night. Decent recoveries for all these stations through the week. Okay, we're just going to quickly look at this forecast radar loop. So this kind of shows the possible showers and thunderstorms Sunday afternoon across southern Idaho into Lemhi, southwest Montana. And then fast forwarding to Monday, you know, this doesn't really show much. It does show a few showers possibly over Silver Bow County, but we're thinking that there's even a chance, again, for southern Idaho County eastward. Some of the models show some instability in that area with some residual moisture, so there could be some. And then fast forwarding to Tuesday, you see the upper level low starting to move on shore, and then the initial frontal system starts moving in, and then by late Tuesday morning to Tuesday afternoon, this model is starting to show storms forming over the Bitterroots, over the Sapphires. I think that seems pretty reasonable, especially since the valley is going to be quite dry. So it's going to take more of the mountains to help initiate the storms in this kind of southerly flow. And then it's showing kind of these congealing of multicellular thunderstorms developing, and that's when that happens and they start tracking northward into an environment that's been heated by the sun during the earlier part of the day, the chances for stronger wind gusts increases. I mean, we could see 40 to 50 mile an hour, maybe a few isolated up to 60 miles an hour with this potential line or squall line that possibly will develop and move northward into northwest Montana. And this is the wind shift that we were kind of talking about. And this could be quite squirrely for people on the lake. So just want to give you a heads up. You may want to plan accordingly that mid to late afternoon sudden south winds will pick up over the lake. Could be quite dangerous if you're paddle boarding or small boats. So anyways, as you go forward, the showers and thunderstorms really kind of becomes more widespread because the lift from the upper level low increases over the region. So this is Tuesday night, midnight, just widespread showers and thunderstorms. And interesting that it picks up on possible storms moving across, you know, Georgetown Lake to Ovando in the middle of the night. Maybe it's thinking that there's some instability to tap into. This is Wednesday morning. Could be kind of raining still in the mountains. Some of the valley locations could see some breaks, but probably see some low clouds lifting, you know, towards Wednesday afternoon. And this is into Wednesday afternoon, evening. Still, it's kind of a exiting trough, and you know, this northwest flow pattern is very good for us for showers. So showers may just even persist, especially in the mountains, into the Wednesday afternoon. This is just a look at what the drought monitor showed for drought conditions across the area. This is from the 22nd. We're expecting the drought conditions to improve, especially in the recent rains and then the rain coming up next week. And here's the 8 to 14 day outlook. We're looking at leaning above normal precipitation, near to above average temperatures. Thank you so much for watching. The next briefing will be Thursday, August 31st. Contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.